How are you all doing? That's good to hear. Before I begin, I would like to thank Janie Mejias and the U.S. Gender and Disability Justice Alliance, an initiative of Women Enabled International, AHRC NYC, which stands for Advocacy, Humanity, Reimagination, Change, and in particular, the New York Women's Foundation for giving me this platform to share my life experiences. I hope that my story resonates with all of you in the audience in one way or another and will inspire you to honor your humanity in a world that constantly wants you to remain small. Growing up with cerebral palsy, I became aware very early that people saw me differently. Sometimes people were afraid to talk to me. Often people had already decided what I was capable of even before I even spoke. And because of that, I felt like I had to grow up very fast. I didn't really have that childhood where I could just run around, play, get dirty, and exist without thinking about how I was being perceived. And for a long time, I thought that was normal. That was my normal. Because unfortunately, disability is often associated with brokenness, a negative connotation. Brokenness meant being less than, less capable, less powerful. But over time, I started learning that disability does not equal brokenness. Disability was, rather, part of the human experience. Disability was more normal than what society made it out to be. My journey with advocacy began as a teenager, mostly by talking openly about my experiences online and connecting with other disabled people. And honestly, at first, advocacy was just learning how to self-advocate. I had to learn there was no shame in talking about my experiences, even the most painful ones. Before I could fully tell my story directly, I wrote pieces of it through poetry. I often felt like I was navigating a world that wasn't built for me, though I still existed in it. Poetry served as a medium of expression where I could be myself without having to insert my presence in literary form. Aside from poetry, I also wrote short articles that cited my disability experiences. After many years, that led me to become involved with the U.S. Gender and Disability Justice Alliance, an initiative of Women Enabled International, where I found community and a space to speak openly about disability, trauma, healing, and what it means to be fully seen as human. Because sometimes advocacy is not a huge public endeavor that people imagine. Sometimes advocating is just having a conversation with someone. Advocacy can be encouraging someone else to believe that they deserve support too. My story has also been shaped by trauma, including sexual assault, and for a long time, I carried that pain very quietly. I spent years in therapy learning how to sit with the pain that did not just disappear overnight. And one of the biggest things I learned is that trauma does not have to define the entirety of who you are. You can emerge from pain and still become fulfilled. You can still become someone who gives back. You can still find joy. Thank you, thank you. You can still find joy. I often have to repeat that because often when I think of maybe things that make me sad or rejections, I often have to remember that I can still find joy. Today, I work with AHRC New York City, where I help support people with disabilities in finding employment, building confidence, and building community. Because disabled people are often isolated from the outside world. And a lot of what I do is helping bridge that gap, helping people see possibility in themselves, and helping employers and communities see disabled people differently too. What I want people to leave with today is that disability is not a curse or something that causes burden. Having a disability does not make you inferior or less than human. And your experiences as disabled people, good or bad, do not, and I repeat, do not make you defective in any shape or form. Disability makes you human. Disabled people deserve joy. We deserve opportunity. We deserve to talk honestly about what causes us pain without being treated like we are broken. Please do not be afraid to give up. Please do not be afraid to take up space and to bring your own tables and chairs into that space. In fact, create that space if you need to. In life, not everything is always meant to be happy, and not everything is meant to be sad, but that is what is part of living. I had to learn that yesterday, because I found out that I was rejected from law school, but I can always try again. I can try again. I know that from where I am, it's not the end for me. And finally, when organizations like the New York Women's Foundation invest in this work and in communities like ours, they help create spaces where people are not just supported, but are truly seen. And I hope all of you feel truly seen today as women and as gender diverse people. Thank you very, very much for giving me this opportunity.